Alright then. Everything should be in order. Volume should be correct. I nearly forgot that I was streaming today. I was watching art tutorials. I'd particularly care to level up. I don't believe that anyone's gotten here yet. I'm just starting because it's a lot easier than just sitting around and waiting. I wanted to play. Let's see. Special damage range and speed. Okay, so that's the attack that I never use. Special, you can retrieve your spear with a range. Entirely sure what that means. Attack becomes punishing sweep. These are all aspects of the spear that I never actually use. I think I'll leave it as is.
Which one?
I'll also continue on with Thanatos' trinket, because it adds a fun challenge to the game. Alright, let's see a hammer. Not quite.
You are entirely too young to have had meaningful experience with loss, young Zagreus. Pray to me that you never have to learn.
It's a very simple one to have. Probably some interesting debuff stacking that can be done with that. So easy to stack up Zagreus buffs as well. Oh, in the early rooms at the very least. I'll reach a point where it becomes nearly impossible. I did underestimate how easy it is to get the dash attack off with this weapon. Remember, I previously used to never use this weapon because I wasn't a fan of its special move.
And if you could get there the one time, surely you have what it takes to do it again, and overcome the dangers that await therein.
Lightning dash. This is already a very good setup. Quite satisfied with what I have. Okay. It's going to be a situation with lots of small enemies, and I fully expect to be tagged by a single stray attack. Deal just not quite enough damage. I suppose dashing through enemies will kill them. Which do I want to level up? My attack or my dodge? Probably the attack. Ah, it seems as if dash attack is actually weaker. Makes sense, it covers more range and comes out faster. If I want to kill them in one, I have to use a standard attack. That was amusing. Killed 4 in 1. Hello, Mitz! Feels like it's been a while since you've been able to make it to a stream. See. Comfy times before work? Yes, yes, this is the time you're waking up, isn't it? Ah, thanks for the cheer. This is just, really casual. I was talking earlier about how I nearly forgot that I was streaming today because I was watching art tutorial videos. Mainly about coloring. Probably master the basics first before I go about learning more advanced stuff like shading, but it was interesting and it was from a channel that I'm subscribed to, so I was interested in watching it.
Come on in.
Yeah, no shame for missing streams. I was just glad to see you after you not having been here for a while. Okay, I do not expect to get through this without taking any damage, so sorry, Thanatos, but I'm afraid I'll be disappointing you this room. It's possible. Yeah.
You're free, tortured souls trapped in a crystal thing.
That was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
You are a most impressive death dealer, my kin. For by my estimation, you have slain at least 1,000 souls down there. Souls mostly having died before, but still.
Well, I've gotten at least 700 with this weapon. Let's see. Oh, that is an interesting... Don't know that that's super useful, though. I'll stick with the call. Yes, it's nice to have you back, Mitz. Ooh, easy room. Haven't even been damaged yet, so not entirely necessary. Yes, I have been fairly busy as well. I've mentioned this a couple of places, but I have started taking, what was it, classes. It's a bit late for me. I've gotten to it not in the prime of my youth, necessarily, but not too far off from the standard age that many people would enter into college classes. It's just a bit different, I suppose. I think I will attempt the double boss. Or, not the double boss, but the double rope. Who's more dangerous, Athena or Ares? I suppose whose gift do I want more first? Probably Ares is like a cast buff or your damage. Slicing shot was generally what I was going for there.
We are a prideful family, cousin. You cannot simply choose a favorite without spurring one of us to wrath.
I hate to do this, Athena.
Okay, what does Athena's... Ares. I forgot that that was my own attack. I just saw the blade rift coming at me and I assumed that there must be some sort of enemy doing that. Ah, there we go. I felt I was so very close to managing to get the Thanatos buff for this room. There's even a trove here, so I could encounter an even greater obstacle.
Now then, I hope we can move past this little incident and keep our focus on the task at hand.
How does that deflect also make those exposed? Probably the best thing for it.
Whatever, let's try.
For gems, always worth it. Gems are very difficult to come by. Does this count as a new encounter? I feel like it doesn't, but I'll be able to tell soon.
Ah, that's enough.
No, there was no sound effect proccing Thanatos buff.
Where to?
I suppose since you're here, Mitz, how have you been doing? I've made it to a couple of streams, but they're usually when I'm asleep. Sometimes I do manage to catch you if I fall asleep very late or wake up very early. Oh, I forgot that I had Ares' call as well. I saw you've been... what was it? You were drawing someone in the, what's the style? Rubber hose, I believe it's what it's traditionally called. The style of old Disney animations, that side of thing.
Kieran's shop.
Now that I'm avoiding Aphrodite. Everything else in order. Full health as well.
Meg. Guess I was wrong. I don't understand, but I'm not.
I'm not particularly invested in Tisiphony's conversations. They, tend to err on the nonsensical side.
Not good.
Her stage transition animations generally confuse me quite a lot. Because it sort of just looks as if she is causing everything to collapse. But when you get into the new room, it is not constructed out of rubble, I think is the specific thing to take from it. Huh. That was slightly easier than I thought it might be.
Always disturbing. Sure.
I feel like I so often have trouble with Tisiphony. Probably, helped somewhat by the fact that I had, the range of this spear.
Which to choose?
Keeping Thanatos. God. Oh. Nothing particularly strikes my fancy.
So much for Tartarus.
I don't believe I've defeated Elysium with this, spear. That's the main goal of this run. That is a very large skeleton. Interesting. So I don't actually have to deflect anything to mark them as exposed. I simply have to hit them with my dash, and then they become exposed for the extra damage buff.
There he is.
Sorry, cuz, no messages this time. Guess that's what happens when your whole existence is kept secret from the world.
Looks like my frame rate's suffering a little bit right now. Try and stand still for a little while. Hopefully give it some time to catch up. But an epic level Swift Strike is definitely very much appreciated. Then, money or health? At this point in the game, probably health. I am running or aiming for hitless rooms. Not as relevant as it could be, but I will make mistakes, so. Oh. Fairly fallible after all. The range on that goes across the entire screen. It destroys enemy projectiles. Except for ground projectiles. This is a dangerous game. I can't get hit by the lava either. I just have to... Oh. Well. I have to be far less careful now. I've been hit once. Doesn't matter anymore. I can be as reckless as I want. Oh, hammer. Sorry, Eurydice. I enjoy hammers far too much. Ah. A bit slow on the dash there. These heads are fairly irritating.
My weapon's hidden talents.
Hmm. Ah, right. Since I am enjoying this run, I'm going fairly well. I don't want either of these special enhancers. Never use spin attack. Standing still for too long. It's deadly. I think I'll just take triple jab again.
Me with this spear.
So useful. And some treasure, of course. I'll leave my health as it. I think.
On to the next one.
I don't actually remember what this room was. I just went into shop, that's correct.
Here's the fee.
To think, young sprout, our strategist Athena, warrior goddess, sprang from Zeus's head. I would expect that no high intellect could come from there.
Please do not mind the Lady Demeter's good-natured sense of humor, Zagreus.
Ah.
She and my father often like to jest with one another, even in the most difficult times.
This is a dual bonus.
Ooh, good.
Stubborn roots. Ah. That is fairly good. But I do want Arctic Blast. Perhaps I will take Stubborn Roots and aim to run into a higher rarity Arctic Blast later on down the line.
Family.
I take this one mainly for the completion bonus.
There's a spine out there.
Just need to keep moving. I deflect every time I dash, so staying still is lethal for me. Especially since I have Thanatos' boon. I stand still, lose the benefit of that boon. Just need everything to die quickly. And to never get hit by anything at all. Let's do a call real quick. Can get another one in a second now. There. Wasn't so hard.
Olympus, I send this message.
Yes, I think I will enhance my cast. I've not used it very much, other than that one room that I used it in. Hopefully now that it's better, I'll remember to use it more frequently. Just throw that out there. Maybe it'll hit something. Who knows? Are there enemies in this map? Yes, there are. Ah, and the slowing actually helps quite a lot because it keeps them inside of the blade rift for longer. A good pseudo combo. Well, it would if they weren't able to leap all the way across the map. Oh no, out of the lava. I don't think I took... Okay, no, I didn't take any damage from it. Okay.
Gemstones.
Oh, that was very close. My heart rate is fairly elevated right now. Let's see, can the pomegranate upgrade the double boon? I wonder.
Power of Olympus.
Oh, it's not here. Interesting. I wonder how large you can make that. And this is a very largely stationary boss.
Come and get it.
So, being able to just cast the Blade Rift every now and then. Oh, that, ah ha ha. They even moved back with it. Very considerate. Okay. Now, I very greatly doubt that I'll be able to, defeat the boss without taking any damage. Especially given that there is lava all over the floor. Alright, I'm just gonna go after the other one. Since that one's decided to vomit lava all over the ground. Here we are. And this even slows down animation speed. So as they rear back to charge, see that coming a lot easier. Aha! Ah, okay. I'm actually pretty surprised that that was the first time I took damage. Oh, and a greater call. I'll use that for the, final head. I'll probably be able to drop it fairly low. Ooh. I get hit by that. Well, I don't mean to get hit by anything. It was a very unfortunate hit. Felt quite a lot of damage. There we go. Greater call. This will probably finish him off. Perfect.
Enjoy your magma bath.
Ares' Greater Call definitely is one of my favorites. Oh, nothing necessary there. Yes, I'm considering... I don't know. There's a check mark next to it, so I suppose I have cleared this level. Spear.
Another day or night in paradise.
I was considering going forwards with the tarot card project that I mentioned on Twitter. Just as idle curiosity. And I was considering just doing it as fan art as well, so without asking specific people whether or not they wanted to be. Because not all art has to be specifically asked about. I've made a fair amount of art of VTubers without them specifically requesting it. Just felt like giving mutuals of mine first chance too.
Thank the gods.
Yes, I did mention that on Twitter. Just giving mutuals the first pick on whether or not they wanted to or what card they would like. I of course plan on making myself number 0 the Fool. Because only a fool would attempt something like that with no art training. Creating... what is it? It's 4 by something. I think it's 4 by... no. What is it? The Major Arcana art. There's a very specific way to remember it, and I just can't off the top of my head. And it's an unusual number, that's all I remember, specifically.
It's Hermes. In the name of Hades.
Forgot about it? That's fine. Feel free to just mention whenever. I plan on drawing them on stream, so as long as you remember by the time I start doing that, possibly next week or this week, that'll be fine. It's definitely a bit of an undertaking, because it's a very large number of portraits, and some of them don't actually involve characters. So I've been thinking on how I would go about doing that. For instance, the tower is a tower. There's no character involved in it. There's probably some way to do it, artistically speaking. Make it a character piece. Oh, hello. I just, generally enjoy tarot cards. Well, I suppose I'll try using spin attack then. It's definitely not a priority either. Poseidon or money? What gifts could Poseidon offer me? Nothing that I particularly care for. Point.
More bright swords.
It would have been good to have it on a basic attack because the spear likes to keep enemies at a distance. As for how I am right now, I think I'm fairly satisfied. I would like to get another Demeter boon so that I can get the snap... what is it? Snap freeze? It's so difficult to see grounded projectiles. Bomb chariots. Ooh, armored bomb chariots. That is not a combo that I like. At least I'm not using my fists, though.
That one fully rearmed.
Interesting. The blue crystals can make enemies impervious, but apparently not impervious to self-destruction. Not entirely useful information, since I can't induce self-destruction in
Let's make this quick.
any enemies except for the explosion chariots. Oop. But I suppose I can just ignore them then. Okay. Oh, I don't have Greater Call anymore.
Worthless.
Excellent.
I suppose I should have thought about that. See if I can't make this blade flurry any larger. And throw that down. Oh, come on, don't spawn next to me.
Damn it.
So difficult to deal with when they come from so many different directions. Ugh, I don't want them being given invulnerability. Actually, can I dash into them? What does that do? Okay, it doesn't do anything because they don't explode. Fine.
The power of the gods.
Trying to remember why specifically I like Tarot Soma.
Power.
Just has a certain appeal to it.
Let's see here.
Or health. Nice. Prevents the flame wheels from appearing in 10 encounters. Well, if I wasn't near the end of Elysium, I would probably pick that one up. They are such a hassle to deal with. Although there probably isn't too much else for me to spend my money on anyways. There's a whole host of ghostly spears here. These enemies are simply too easy to kill. Oh god. I wish I'd saved that, because those butterfly balls are unbelievably... It's just butterflies coming from every corner of the screen. Quite horrifying. The type of situation that I was particularly wanting, but suppose I'll go for Ares. Okay, oh, perhaps I should have picked that boon. Suppose I was a little too hasty in thinking that Elysium was nearly over. The rest of it.
What now?
These butterflies. Fortunately, it seems to just be the just the one butterfly ball. Who knows? I doubt this is the final. Doubt it's the final encounter. Ugh. so many enemies in this one now. Alright, off to the other side of the map. Hopefully I'll be able to put my back against a wall and contain the enemies coming at me. Also, there's a caster somewhere.
One's rearming. Damn it, one's come back.
Oh, there they are. Right in the middle. Very nearly kitted out. Or, I haven't taken damage yet is what I meant to say. Let's just do a greater call. I believe this is probably the final enemy. And I was correct. Ugh.
Hades.
That was a bit of a gamble. It's not particularly good for the boss that's coming up. I suppose I'll take vengeance. I will undoubtedly get hit many, many times. Huh. You actually have something to say.
Time, stranger. Forgive my indiscretions there, or don't, but I wished to apologize. Think nothing of it, sir. Though, if there's something I could do to help, you'd tell me, wouldn't you? You have no power to release me from this coil, I'm afraid. So just go on about your business and leave me to mine.
Alright, I have all of my Death Defiance back. I have... Actually, I can't see my life right now. You're a bit in the way, Patroclus. I'm fairly certain it's mostly full. Yes, it is. A jerky it is. Go to a shop. I don't want to lose any more life right before the final boss of this area. Is the final boss, yeah.
Should come in useful.
Improving the base attack.
Hey, cheers for picking up the tab there, Zag. Now, I cannot exactly pay you back, though I could give you this.
Let's see. That's probably the best one to take, especially since I have the boon that'll regenerate my health when I'm on my last life.
Care for a rematch?
You are just in time, fiend from lowest depths. Asterius and I have trained extensively since our last skirmish here.
So all you do here in Elysium is train for martial competition? You're constantly awaiting your next fight to the death.
And who are you to judge, you misbegotten, shameful, unfilial maggot? It is an honor to have the opportunity to spend my afterlife perpetually standing in your ruinous path.
Right then, once again, probably be going after Asterius. Although, Blade Dash is exceptionally good for dealing with Theseus. Ooh, that seemed to go straight through the Theseus is actually taking quite a lot of damage. But I think it's probably safer to take out the Minotaur first. Theseus deals quite a lot of damage when he's in his second phase. Asterius gets slightly more aggressive. Well, at least I'm positive about it all. Alright. Just deal as much damage as possible. Alright. I don't want any of those chill stacks to fall off of him. Yeah, in terms of pure DPS, it's hard to justify using this special at all. Ah, there's my first Death Defiance gone. It's just so easy to keep holding left click. Okay. I'll save my greater call for the next... Just crash into that pillar already. Greater call for fighting Theseus. I don't need it to finish off the Minotaur, he's nearly dead. There we go. Alright, Theseus, let's just become invulnerable and deal large amounts of damage to you. Now... Ugh. I don't like that you can move while doing that. Yeah, if I had to dodge that while fighting the Minotaur, there's no way I would survive. Ah. Oh, there's my last Death Defiance, so I should... Yes, I am slowly regaining health. Which means I can play like a coward now. Ooh. That was unexpected. Just launch these blade flurries. But it's so boring. Actually, can I just continually blade flurry? Okay. Yeah, I just need to hit him with... Oh. Or I can just throw my spear at him. I meant to cast, but it's probably a bit faster.
You shades enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, I do suppose the Cyclops jerky probably helped out a fair amount.
The surface.
Now I enter the difficult stages where I have to maintain my health. Not particularly excited about any of the gear here. Again, I would have very much liked to get Demeter's item. Gotta go to work? Alright, Mitz. It was really good having you around for the start of this stream. Hope you enjoy your day. For the extra bit as well. Which room? This is probably also another very good chance to
Here goes.
improve my damage from... Oh god, maybe not. Interesting that you can deflect those saw blades. Doesn't seem like something you'd be able to deflect. Ah. The falling boulders are the same as, is it Tisiphone's, stage change? Ah. Curses. Quite careful enough. Stay behind that wall. Would not get taken damage. Does... Okay, it does. It does count. But I hadn't taken damage in that room. Ah, no, I probably did, but, because of life gain. Because I'm on my last Death Defiance. Okay, I was going to say that better have killed him. Alright, I still have yet to take damage, but yes, there was no way I was getting out of that one in one piece. Oh, greater call. Just taking that 1 second to stop attacking to launch the cast. Even wider area, please. Though I suppose maintaining my health isn't too much of a concern, given that I'm regaining health naturally anyway. See, I don't really want any of those. I suppose I could save up for the blood.
Which tunnel?
Given that that is a limited resource. So going in for the... Oh, what did I get damaged by? That ruined my chances in that. Fortunate. Enemies in this area are very irritating. Huh? Did I take damage? Didn't think so. Just die already. You're the only thing I'm worried about taking damage from. I'm not hearing the sound effect that accompanies the bonus. I suppose I'm not getting it. How odd. I was under the impression that each of these rooms counted as encounters. Apparently not. See, if I go into this one and the butterfly is not glowing...
Found it already.
Oh, well. Butterfly is not glowing because it's not an encounter.
A special treat for Cerberus.
Huh. I think
Much better.
I actually want to keep going down these pathways.
Could check the other passageways before I go.
I think I will. I don't particularly want to go down the ones that have bosses at the end of them. I should probably switch to the multiple casts. It seems like it's more useful than the recharge. Especially in terms of DPS. Recharge is more useful for extended or fights where it's difficult to retrieve, I suppose.
Exactly what I need.
Very tempting. But no. I feel like it's much better for me to maintain my health regeneration.
Tasty.
Am I not regenerating health? I was fairly certain that's what this did. So if I have no death defiance left, my health slowly regenerates. Ah, but it's only during battle. I see. So simply waiting around in a room with no enemies will not regain my health. Let's see. Is a pretty good trade-off, I suppose, all things. have yet to take damage. Yeah, and the butterfly brooch is glowing. I suppose this is the final room in the encounter. That might be the reason. Okay. I thought that I wouldn't be able to launch that across the aisle for some reason. Just need to deal with the big rat who makes all the rules. And I feel like there's probably going to be one more wave after this. Oh. Pleasantly surprised by that.
Oh, Cerberus.
200 away, or 400 away rather. Don't believe that either of those rooms will provide me with enough combined gold to be able to get the Titan blood. I suppose I'll just have to purchase some other boons and move on.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
Probably for the best. Dash more times in a row, more deflects.
All right.
Ares' aid. Probably for the best.
Cerberus moves for no one, but for Satasax, he can make an exception. The widely feared and many-headed Cerberus, the underworld sentinel, presides over the entrance to this realm, devouring whole those fool enough to make attempts to flee.
He loves to eat. Can you blame him? Here goes.
Alright, wasn't entirely expecting to make it to dear old dad on the first run.
This cold, white substance falling slowly from the heavens. Snow, they call it. Look carefully upon each fleck. Tiny crystals, but structurally weak. They melt. This surface realm, it is held up by mine.
If you're quite finished teaching me about this snow phenomenon, can we get on with brutally trying to kill each other here?
Sorry if that was audible.
You wish
The
to have
cough.
your mortal-colored blood spill once again upon this bed of snow, then fine. Let us proceed.
Right.
This again.
That is, oh, it is very nice having him slowed down. And actually track his movements. Don't want those blowing up. Have to deal with as is. Come on, pop back up, buddy. Ow. Feels like he's using the same or a similar moveset to my own. Okay. Want him to appear again. I can hit him with the greater call.
Predictable the war god would be here.
That's unfortunate. Okay. Not doing too well right now. Ah. Boiling blood now. Take bonus damage if I get hit. Ah, he's launched multiple of those. To be more careful right now. Also, these skeleton heads are, that had a lot of health. It did. Okay. I think I save this greater call for, next time he summons. His attacks deal a lot of damage. I feel like Hades is probably difficult to beat without some form of health regeneration. Last time I made it this far, I had the, attack, was it? I regained health upon attacking enemies. Okay, come on. De-invulnerable yourself so that I can get the full use of this. So that'll allow me to hit both the summons as well as Hades himself. And then... oh, no. No, 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 no. Don't... okay. Oh. I didn't realize that they were able to get their bodies back. The passive health regeneration is starting to get too slow. Can't keep up with this anymore. Alright, I think I'm actually just going to have to keep him on low health in order to gain... okay. I think I just need to stay like this for a little while. Just to regain health. As I wait for next phase of this boss fight. No, why can't I hit that? Okay. There's not much longer I can wait. I'm starting to get into risky territory. Okay. I should probably try and keep him at 10 stacks of cold. Makes him a lot more manageable to deal with. Ah. Curses. Yeah, okay. I've just wasted all of that time. Because now I am injured. Past the point where I was previously. Oh well. I wonder if I just stay here on this dialogue screen. Will I heal? My health bar has disappeared, so I can't actually tell. But if the vignetting around the screen disappears... doesn't look like it. Alright. Yes, it doesn't seem like I regained any health while that was happening. Oof. Okay, well, time for a greater call.
You're stubborn, boy. However, so am I.
Yes, I don't know that.
I'll make it out of here yet.
That was a very double-edged boon.
That's funny. Nothing on my list at all this time, except I could have sworn I saw you walk right out of the pool back there. I'll have to have this thing looked at.
I guess so.
Don't worry, that's only the third time I've died to him.
This hole back there. I don't suppose you'll let me have myself a look. Lots for me to rummage through, I'm sure.
You know I'd do just about anything to aid you, lad. But my ability to do so hinges on me sticking to my post. Though if I do catch wind of anything back there requiring attention, you shall know.
Understood, sir. Emptier than usual around here.
Lots of conversations.
Where did you learn to sing like that? Was it really Apollo himself who taught you?
Oh, I learned from many different sources, Zagreus. That is, before all of my inspiration started coming from a single source. I credit my accomplishments to her, and to Apollo and the gods. And to considerable time spent practicing.
It certainly paid off.
The unfathomable power of the underworld thrives within you, child. Your godliness has grown since last we spoke. You have learned much of harnessing the dark.
Thank you, though I've much to learn as yet.
Hi! I'll make sure everything is taken care of.
Good catching up.
Deuce has not been very talkative recently. Wonder, do I actually have anything left to use keys on? Just resets, correct? Yes. I suppose I don't need to gather them anymore. All of my weapons and mirror pieces are unlocked. I am just running with whichever one is on the darkness list. Apologies, Thanatos, but I am fortunately going to be replacing your boon.
Darkness, give me strength.
Oh, hammer. Those targeted by a special move slower, take 30% more damage. Attack pierces and deals 50% to armor. Attacks bounce. I'll take piercing fire. Prefer bouncing, but I've already taken it once before. The sound effect of this gun is very strange. It sounds like it squeaks. On a lot of a lot of games that I play that have reload features, I have mouse 4 set to reload, but in this game it's my spellcasting button. See, having a slow on this gun might not be all that bad.
You're nothing.
Old pot.
Lady Demeter.
Motherhood's a curse, young Zagreus. Be thankful you're immune. You sprang from Nyx herself, or so I hear. I sprang from Thea, whoever she was. And I once bore a child, too. Long gone. Her mother's work. Isn't it such a waste?
I suppose Greek mythology is a spoiler here. I think improving the special on this weapon is pretty good. I forgot to visit the contractor and see what all these gems could buy me. Was a very strong special ability.
Look who.
It's almost... well, at this point in the game it's definitely more efficient to just use special. Kills everything it touches in one hit. Alright, I forgot my gun also deals bonus damage to armor. That's why it was shredding through that enemy so quickly. Only primary fire, fortunately. So difficult to remember to reload. The only weapon in the game that requires it.
Bullet itself has found its way into your hands, cousin. A malignant thing if you were to ask me, and not one I would ever use myself. Unless perhaps I had no other choice. I suppose it must have been that way for you.
Oh. It offered me special, extra darkness. That's all it really took. I'll take some extra darkness as well. Not a boss that I would have chosen, or a boon that I would have fought this boss for. There's probably some reason to use, I've forgotten her name, that's how little I care. In fact, I care so little I'm barely even trying in this fight. I am suffering for it. This weapon, for some reason is not very good in that fight. Probably a good weapon.
So you know not all the ladies on Olympus are alike. And I, for one, am grateful to our forebears for that.
Aphrodite, that's it. Oh, I suppose I'll take the epic one. I did take a lot of damage for that boon. I'd like it to be reciprocated. These are some of the only enemies that aren't instantly dying to the special. Also, why is it not casting where I tell it to? Very peculiar. Wow, why did those target specifically? I thought they wouldn't do that. I figured they only saw it in a straight line. I'm going to go through this spending as little money as possible, with the goal of eventually getting another Titan's blood from the final shop. It was a bit more generous with the auto reload. Not a fan of stopping shooting. Like very much if see if it was reloading here. Be very nice. I suppose that would be slightly too convenient.
All right, Ratchet, get to work.
Darkness is basically the same as fighting for health with this boon. So as long as I don't lose more health, would gain, I get the bonus of bonus health and bonus darkness. There we go, 75. Definitely not a bad trade-off. Oh. A little bit of extra ichor? I don't quite remember. Oh. Good actually, wait. What is casting that shadow? Am I the light source? What is happening here? A shadow is being cast by the candles away from me, meaning that I am a light shining on the candles that is brighter than the candles. Happen with all of them. It does. And it happens with the corner of walls. Well, it's... Oh no, that is just the second candle. That's a bit odd. Nothing to really complain about, I just find it interesting. Being very reckless this run. Perhaps this is how my tilt manifests. Not taking care for losing to the final boss. Feel as if I haven't been angry enough to tilt in quite a long time. I'd call this pseudo-tilt at best.
Good enough.
Or at worst, depending which definition you'd like to follow. Interesting that hands can be backstabbed despite them not having backs. Just hands after all. Ooh, that was a bit tricky. I was very aggressive there. Be so cruel, Zagreus. I said I don't need keys anymore.
Good morning, or whenever.
Sisyphus, have you had run-ins with Tisiphone the Fury here before? She isn't much for conversation, I don't think.
Tisiphone? Why, yes, I have in fact, Prince said. She's visited on multiple occasions, truth be told. So she's back, is she?
She is, although I think she's back to deal with me. I'll have to keep her plenty busy just in case.
Appreciated, Prince. Of all the Fury sisters, she's the one I would least care to see. But if she does stop by, you know, that's how it goes.
I'm just going for pure money right now. Hopefully there aren't any traps here. I would like lightning on my attack.
I'll take it.
I suppose that was worth it.
I'll guess Electo. Oh, hi.
Red blood. Oh, it's the god of trash come once again to filthy up this place. You're getting real predictable, you know.
Considering I beat you last we met, I'd be much more concerned with your predictability than mine.
Don't want to hear it from you, trash. Just want to see you bleed. Now you come here.
Oh. Oh, this weapon certainly looks a lot cooler now. Need to time my dodge as well. As long as I focus my attacks on her, I should be able to kill any of the additional enemies. Ooh, hello. This is a bit of a tricky situation. I don't necessarily need to worry too much about not taking damage. I mean, it's better to not take damage, but it's not a requirement like it was when I had forgotten his name now. Begins with a T. Let's see. It's just on the tip of my tongue. There we go. Interesting that, he calls us red blood as a demeaning term because we have mortal's blood instead of the god's golden blood. He bleeds red as well. Or if that death screen is to be believed. Okay. Not spending any more gold than I need to.
Up we go.
I have exactly the gear that I need to. Couldn't need to buy anything else. Point. I suppose the only thing that I would consider buying would be a hammer, but that's it. Hammers are just far too much fun to use. Oh. I always expect that that attack chain only has 3 hits in it, but then it goes on for roughly 4 times as long as I think it should. Alright, what do you have for me, Hermes? Cash more, I suppose. From the trove gems. Like you said, Zagreus, sure, why not? Oh, this is why not, because it's going to be a nightmare. So many different enemies. I had so much health, too. A bit odd, having so much health for a trove. I'm barely going to get any rewards out of this. Feels like they just keep coming, too. I don't think that was worth it. Went from 50 all the way down to 15. What a travesty. This weapon deals so much damage now that it has Zeus's lightning on it. This is more what I would expect out of a gun. Suppose it is also doing bonus damage to armor as well. This enemy just keeps jumping out of the way of my, there we go, cold special. Oh, I'd hope so. Oh, there's so many. Alright, I need to get to a wider area. That was good, getting a bunch of them with the special ability. Get them all slowed down, or difficult to move. Feels like they can't jump as far when they're slowed as well, though that may just be confirmation bias. Alright, well,
Easy does it.
let's see what happens. Normally I wouldn't give Aphrodite a second look, but,
Looks like I've got a choice to make.
well, more interesting this way, I suppose.
Now, dearest, surely there's no way that could have been one of the wiser choices that you've lately made?
I feel like Aphrodite won't have too strong of a curse to place on me. Ah, it's fairly similar to Dionysus. Oh, okay. It's a tracking shot that just lasts forever. I wonder if I can deflect it. I'm not necessarily brave enough to try myself. Okay, it looks like I can. It doesn't reflect anywhere, but it disappears. So, probably the easiest one to deal with when you have a reflect ability. Ooh, okay. It also didn't seem to do much when it did hit me. Just stunned me for a couple of seconds. Alright, Aphrodite.
There's no common sense with love, Godling, so why don't we pretend your indiscretion there did not occur?
Suppose I'll take the one that deals body explosion damage. Easy enough.
Hit me if you can, witches.
This one's pretty difficult. I haven't got very good projectile destroying capabilities. I do have a deflect on my dash, but that can only go so far. Very unfortunately, that doesn't destroy projectiles. I suppose it would be pretty strong if it did. Huh. And we killed her with a deflect as well. Ah, this one again. Probably, probably going to avoid that now. Feels too dangerous to actually use. The temptation is too strong. Oh, hello. Interesting. That enemy throws the bomb like a baseball. I hadn't actually paid too much attention to it. It makes it a lot easier to deflect. Ah! Max life is increased as well, is it? Let's see. You dearly want to get a pomegranate. Just to improve the lightning damage of Zeus's boon. I have noticed that enemies will not attack you if you are idle at the start of the stage. Very useful observation. I think I had already somewhat figured that out. It was nice to confirm it. I am going to want to take a look into the fountain. Oh, it curves. Aren't you a cheeky...
Gods grant me strength.
Ah. That is deeply unfortunate. What I'm looking for there. Zeus again. I believe there is a charged status effect you can inflict on enemies.
I know just how much you must want out there, young man. And I want that as well. Good thing for you, as I get what I want around here. Ask anybody.
Chain lightning bounces more times. Interesting. Ah, this is what I wanted. Static discharge. But I would like to continue on with that. Oh, I just got an achievement. Blessed by the gods. I wonder if that is to do with the number of epic enchantments that I have.
Just like your stupid heads.
Maybe I should have taken Jolted, seeing how as I am going up against a boss, so the bounces don't actually matter too much. That's fairly straightforward. I suppose the chain helps when the Hydra's heads are that close together. Fortunately, they tend to be fairly far apart. Unfortunately for me, specifically. Fairly fortunately for them. Should definitely use the cast as often as I can. I just wish it was more visible when you have cast available. It's just a very small option in the bottom corner of the screen to show when your recharge is up. Starting here. Ooh. He popped out of nowhere. I suppose I don't actually have to worry about the skeleton soldiers very much, given that they get hit by the chain lightning. I do hope I don't lose a Death Defiance here. That would be extremely unfortunate. Let's just move on. These enemies have to follow me anyways. Does feel like it would be far more useful to just have the multiple casts option. It'd be a lot easier to keep track of, more than anything. I suppose I'll see about changing that next time. I have been keeping many of the same trinkets, mirror blessings. Hoarding money.
One more floor.
Well, now that I've defeated that boss, I feel more confident in my choice. Oh, a hammer. Must always select the hammer. Well, once again, I'm fairly glad that I have the range advantage on these exploding chariots. Can't kill me if you're killing yourself. Oh, I do despise the archers. Come on. Just die. Alright, what do you have for me? Plus 40 damage, but minus 6 ammo. Or no, 40 base damage. Well, what is my base damage now? I need that information. Because unless that's a 100% increase, I don't think I want it. I'll go for the rocket.
There, that's it.
That's far easier to use.
My coffers are not yours for pillaging.
Okay, it's just these two left now. There we go.
Worthless wretches.
That was fairly expedient.
Very nice.
Bonus gold. Never hurt anyone. Unless I suppose that bonus gold crushed them to death. Oh, interesting. That kills them in one.
Nice.
Having enemies stay close together is so useful for me. Enemies that stay together die together.
It's regenerating.
That wasn't too hard. I believe I heard a trove opening. Oh, no, it was a shop.
What's in the pool this time?
No, nothing. Need health. My health is unfortunately low right now. These chain hits are very useful. If I'm having difficulty aiming, all I need to do is fire a rocket launcher at the problem. I do wish it was slightly more apparent when that was done charging. I have a whole host of ranged options that are fairly easy to use now. Right, you're not reviving. I won't allow it. Oh. Good. I'm quite enjoying this setup. Okay. Boss time. Oh no, I thought this would be the Minotaur fight. It's just the butterfly. The butterfly that I arguably hate more than the Minotaur. Right, I should be using that. Very unfortunately, these enemies do not disappear when I defeat the butterfly ball. I actually have to deal with these. Okay, well, that's the butterfly ball himself taken care of. Right, I think that was the trick to actually get everyone near death. I suppose the Right, you better have been worth it, Zeus. Static discharge. Unfortunate that it's only rare, but not much that can be done about it at this point. Would have liked the epic variant, but fortunately that wasn't in the cards. Oh, where did that enemy go? I've sworn there was still one there. That was far too simple. Okay, where's that coming from? Ah, okay. Yeah, that's very peculiar. These enemies only have one health bar. They aren't armored at all. Ooh, that is very scary. I would appreciate it if you could please die, Armor Crystal. Ooh, that was a lucky Hail Mary. Alright, Armor Crystal, please stop. You make life oh so difficult for me. It's just barely hidden inside of the wall. Oh. Those traps can actually hit enemies without deflecting them. Let's see. I was mistakenly the other way. Alright, I'm not going to make it to the final chamber if I don't have health. Need to solve that problem. My health is far too low. do hope that there is a
Who dies next?
fountain somewhere. Have I actually unlocked the fountain for Elysium yet? That was wildly effective. Right. I have a large amount of maximum. Ah, darkness. Perfect. That'll heal me right up. Right, if I don't die, there's so many archers here. That is unfair. But fortunately, they all stay in fairly close proximity. And they get stunned out of picking their weapons back up. Ugh. I've never had chain lightning be more useful. In fact, I rarely ever use chain lightning, so that'd probably be why. Oh, God, butterfly balls. Oh, that missed somehow. Oh. I debodied the soul. I'd prefer if you didn't get back in a body. Thank you very much. Not as much healing as I would have liked, I'll be honest. Suppose I'll have to buy that, health boost then.
Long spears.
Let's get that armor off of you. Again, very fortunate that they all stay very close together. Suppose that's the benefit of this, type of enemy. But it's very easy to hit them all at the same time. Just having it be easier to land the special attack is definitely very helpful. I just need to be constantly dodging right now, because there's butterflies everywhere, and I cannot stand that. I should really be giving out those gifts. I suppose I'll have to go to a shop.
That's better.
Okay, this is going into the final boss, and I have almost 1,000 gold, which means I only need to gather 200 more. Oh, I might as well make that 300. I'll probably make that much money.
Big crowd, huh?
The monster has returned in a vainglorious attempt to wrest the title champion from me.
They couldn't care less about your title. Though, shouldn't you share it with the Minotaur? He's more than half the reason you've been in any trouble.
Ah, hello, Pyromancer. Welcome back.
You'll not drive a wedge between us, Fiend. Asterius and I share a fraternal bond forged from the strongest bronze, nay, adamant. But you have caused us both offense, so die.
I'm trying to remember my myth history, but I know that orichalcum is the metal of Olympus. But I don't remember if, what did he say, mithril? Yes, I've had the gun. I just... Oh, this is the, I believe, 3rd time that I'm using it. I'm not particularly good with it, but I have some fairly useful boons. Specifically the, basic attacks, launch chain lightning. Bronze and adamant. Yes, bronze is very Greek. Adamant, I'm not entirely certain on that one. And the interesting thing about orichalcum is that it's often reimagined to be a particularly strong metal, although in the original writings it was simply described as being similar to gold, except it was red. So it's not actually a particularly strong metal, in fact it's rather weak. However, the difference is, it's just better gold. Alright, I saw that you said something new, but I don't think I can take my eyes off of the action right now. It's starting to get a bit hectic, and I just noticed that my cat has appeared, so he's probably going to jump in front of my screen sometime soon. Don't want to deal with... Oh, here he is. Alright, hello, Sebastian. Oh wait, I can actually pause. There we go. Archaic form of diamond. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Set him in his bed. I forgot that I can pause this. Oh, I suppose I'm just too used to Dark Souls. Alright, well, I do still have all of my uses of Death Defiance. So... I have 2 resurrections. Prefer not to use them here. I'm 1 hit away from death. Still have Theseus's... Oh. I thought I was going to get struck on the pillar. I have Theseus's entire health bar to get through. Oh, I wonder if the jolt will actually go through Theseus's shield. That'll make him a lot easier to fight. Alright, well, here's Asterius. Unfortunately, he turns around. Ooh, interesting. Deflecting his spear causes him to do a little pirouette. Ah. Alright. I'm not a big fan of this phase where he starts to deal mainly melee attacks. They're so difficult to dodge. Oof. He's about to call. Interesting. He doesn't call until you're within eye shot of him. I wonder if you can abuse that with significantly long-ranged attacks. Oh, I always forget to use this. Probably would have been helpful, having the crystal. Fortunately, Dionysus's area of effect, despite being very random, is predictable enough to dodge fairly consistently. Wait, can he get hit by Dionysus's own area of effect? No. Okay. I thought I saw... Oh, I am taking chip damage. Because I thought I saw the hangover debuff on him. Despite the fact that I have nothing that grants hangover. So close to death. So am I. One more hit. Oh, I'm probably gonna get poisoned to death, though. Well, I hope that... Yeah, see? Looks like he's been hung over as well. There we go. Alright, well, that's the first time. At least I got the ambrosia out of it, but I don't think I'll be taking it too much further.
You wouldn't dare.
That was Elysium.
Well then. My main goal with this run was simply to buy a Titan's Blood. Just to see how difficult it would be. Ah, hello Aqua. Welcome to the stream. No, I've not. I made it to him on my previous run. This is only my second run of the day. But I did make it there on my first run. But I did also make it to his second stage. But I'm still having trouble getting past that. Oh, okay. Ooh, hello. Lots of rats. Fortunately, all of my attacks bounce. Yeah, I hope your day's been well, Aqua. It's good to see you around. Although I suppose this is pretty close to the beginning of your day, isn't it? You wake up fairly late. I'm actually not entirely certain what time it is. A lot of large enemies that inflict a lot of poison. Alright, I am in fairly deep right now. There's so much poison. You've been doing stuff for 6 hours? Yeah. My sense of time is fairly flawed. Oh, fortunately these rats just walk into saw blades like it's nobody's business. Oh, this is the final room as well. I just saw the teleportation circle. I think I will have to go into the final boss room that has the money in it. I don't feel like I could get enough money to buy the Titan's Blood any other way.
Power of Olympus.
As I stream out of a room that has no windows. So it's hard for me to gauge the time with any degree of accuracy. Well, I suppose all I can hope for is that this is the Seder food room. Oh. Want to deal with that? So I won't. Ugh. curses. Ugh. I should have really known that it's actually fairly late in the day because I didn't start streaming until I got back from my classes. I'm getting hit by every single poison projectile. My first run through this, the very first time, I didn't get poisoned a single time. Now, I get hit by every third poison attack. It's rather unfortunate. Just recharging, or not recharging, but reloading this was easier. Ah, that's probably what it was. I must have deflected some poison back at Theseus. Last door blinds are broken. Ah. So there are some... Oh. I was correct in my hope earlier. So I do have some blinds that would let me see what the light level is outside. Right. Oh, there's some Titan's blood. Actually managed it. Alright. Time to see how well I can do with this weapon. Can fight Charon? Interesting.
I'll just keep coming back.
Wonder what the benefit to that is.
You have yet to see the sun itself. You know only the light of Ixion, but the sun, it is positively blinding. Hideous.
It has been snowy nightfall every single time now that you mention it. I didn't know it snowed so much up here.
It hasn't always, but that's of no consequence to us. Especially when there's a raging battle to be fought.
Alright. I probably won't be talking too much, because Hades is pretty difficult. I said this earlier, but my button for cast is the button that I have for reload on first-person shooters. So every now and then I accidentally cast when I mean to reload. Okay, entering the phase of the boss fight. Oh, okay. That was not what I was expecting out of a ad. These ads have so much extra health. Do I have any Death Defiance left? I don't. Okay. And I have no way to regain health either. The past few times that I've actually fought Hades, I've had a method of regaining health. So, that's tough. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I don't think I'm even going to make it to second stage this time. Oh, there we go. It's one of the few times that I did actually reload, or fire off my cast on accident. I'm getting a bit more deliberate about it, though. Okay, well, second ad time. Not another chariot. I don't want to lose to the chariot. At least let Hades himself kill me. Oh. Ah. That's unfortunate. Not a fan of having to fight chariots. Especially in the Hades fight.
Oh, it's you. Just come on in. You're on the list.
See you, Hypnos. Father's still up.
Oh, you actually have something to say. Oh, just more decorations.
House contractor, my good shade. Have yet another job for your distinguished team.
Finally have a use for all of these gems. How to get more diamonds? Ah, I suppose from you.
Give me the best deal you've got.
Alright then. There's not much else for me that. Nothing for me to deal with. Although, that is all of the uses for gems in work orders, so I can actually start using them for decoration purposes. What do I want to do? I'm guessing some of these unlock additional dialogue. Seems reasonable. Let's see. Oh, you can get a wall scroll of Achilles. That's amusing. Nothing more I can do there.
The distant memory you gave me. It's a bit of your past with Eurydice in there, isn't it? I'm grateful, but why give me such a precious gift as that?
I'm glad you like it, Zagreus. Some memories are cherished, yes, indeed. But there can come a point where they provide more benefit to others than ourselves. Don't you agree?
I guess I can see that. Cheers. Somehow I always knew, you know, that you were not my birth mother. I mean, look at Hypnos and Thanatos. There's no way that I could have been related to them. Everybody knew, and yet, when I finally learned for certain, it was still a shock.
I always knew
Three wall scrolls.
that you would learn the truth of it eventually, and I was fearful of what would occur after that time arrived. I'm grateful it has come and gone. Though, tell me, I still find I call you child. Is your preference that I cease to use such terms from this point on?
No, Nyx, please, it's quite all right. You may not have given birth to me, but you still cared for me. I never doubt that. Likewise, are you sure it's all right that I continue to address you by name?
It is more than all right, my child.
I was going to comment on if her picture or portrait ever came up during that conversation again.
Just making sure the lounge is squeaky clean.
But these skulls on her necklace had sad faces when she was sad.
Hey, good to see you back here, boy. I'm glad you're back on guard duty, even if it means having to find a way past you. You know you're just doing your job.
The fear-inducing hellhound eyes the underworld prince uneasily, his 6 ferocious eyes, each glistening within the dim light of the house.
See you, boy. You had enough to eat lately, haven't you, boy?
What's with that, hiding effect? What is that? Dash pack? Something to examine.
Crafted mosaic depicts the underworld king presiding over the enormity of his domain, whilst its chthonic residents look on in awe of him.
He's not really that great.
Alright. I wanted to take a look at the mirror. Switch out something. What is this one? Just want to take a look at my options. Time per chain. It restores a smaller amount, but it seems... I don't know.
Maybe like so.
Seems like it could be better. Not very clear. Dark regen. Damage when mind. Breaking on foes. An additional dash. Their dodge. Boiling kind of. Okay. Eternal Soul. That's the main one that I wanted to swap out. Pockets. Golden. Golden Touch would make purchasing Titan's Blood far easier. Thick skin maxed out. Right, because high confidence is too much of a double-edged sword. Bonus damage versus afflicted with status effect. Right. That's what that means. Olympian favor. I think I want to save up for one use of Faded Authority.
The power of darkness.
I'm fine with that.
What do the 3 fates have in mind?
Much left for Zeus. Wonder, what weapon does it want me to play? Bow. This may be the occasion where I ignore the darkness. I'm not very good with the bow. I think I'll go with the fists.
Let's see here.
One of my preferred weapons. Alright, I suppose next time I see Aphrodite, I'll ask for her blessing. But I'm not going to be happy about it. Just want to clear out the, all of this. Let's see. Do I try and do a Shattered Shackle? It might be interesting. I only have 4 rooms to get through in order to get the boon up to its next level.
Boy, that makes you feel entitled to show me such disrespect. You dare not say such things to Nyx.
Do these screens have any bearing on the run, I wonder?
Nyx, give me strength.
Now isn't that mouth on the twin fists there in your possession, Zagreus? Last god I saw bedecked in those old gloves was Demeter herself, oh, way back when. She was a real fighter at the time, not just a naysayer.
That's amusing. Alright. Well then, dash. Seeing as my punches are what I want improved. I don't know if I see a difference in the damage. It certainly feels like I'm doing quite a lot.
For safekeeping.
I mean, it's just been straight lines this run. Alright, here's the first branching path. Alright. Yeah. Shackles rank up. Alright. I think I'm just going to ignore all of the god rooms. Go for anything but. Oh, I do have to drink from the fountain even though I'm at full health.
Too bad I can't bottle this stuff.
It is quite a shame. Bonus darkness then. May as well save gold. The only useful thing that I would get out of the shop would be a boon. Or possibly extra life. See, I suppose in this run hammers are extra useful. And so is chaos. Yes, I don't want to fight a boss for a boon that I may not use. I think the only other thing that I'd want to get is a call. Oh, I can give a gift to this one now. I don't remember being able to, give Chaos a gift previously. Special deals bonus damage. I think I want this one. I just have to remember not to cast. Pomegranate? No. Gold. I'm not getting anything, so I have no real use for upgrades then. No casting, just specials. It's fine. My special draws enemies in, so That deals with the range problem that the cast is meant to get around.
I'll take it.
What do you have in the shop? Chaos Gate? No, don't read any of that. Already got a Chaos Gate. Oh. I wasn't actually looking at the, what the room was going to be. Interesting, I can actually draw the boss in. I didn't think I'd be able to. Ah.
But you took care of Theseus down in Elysium of late there, Zach. Nice work. Never liked that one. Between us.
You're the one that gave him a boon.
Helped him out one time and he just dumped a rotten. I don't like that, man.
Strong drink then. Just gather all of the passives.
Let's see if you can live through this.
I'll do my best.
I'm in for it.
Fortunate. Not using Thanatos' boon, so it doesn't matter quite as much when I get hit, but it's not fun. These crystals are very difficult to dodge. I'm just gonna stay away from them for the next 4 seconds.
No more of this buffoonery.
Don't need keys, really. We'll go for darkness so that I can get some health. Fists are just so much fun. Nutter's Nutty, hello. I noticed that you, subscribed back at the start of this stream. I hadn't seen you. So, welcome.
Hello. Look, Prince, I don't hold grudges. You know that. Push this boulder long as I have, you move past the petty stuff. So, just want you to know, in case you make it out this time, it's been a real pleasure.
Yes, I, hope you're enjoying it and you don't regret your follow.
Father, I might learn a thing or two.
Got just the thing.
Thank you, mate.
This run is actually looking up.
Kieran's shop.
Let's see. Suppose I'll upgrade the passive. No harm in that. You regret unfollowing someone? Well, I'm glad to have you here, at the very least.
You know something, Redblood? In retrospect, I should have known this wasn't going to be a quick job.
They say both gods and mortals are notoriously poor at estimating how long it takes to get anything done.
Normally when I'm on the job, they grovel, then they scream. They shut up eventually, but not you. At least, not yet.
Pronouns he, him. Yeah. Also, since Barleone can be a bit of a hassle to type out, I'm aware, and also to say, I accept most forms of nicknames people give me. Like, a lot of people will simply call me Bar, There's a couple of people that call me Leon. So don't feel like you need to say my entire name every time. There we go. Yeah. Yes, I forget whose stream I was in recently, but, when they tried to pronounce my name after I followed, I believe that was the name that they went with was Barley.
Let's go up.
Yes, no worries. It was actually one of the names that I suggested back in the early days when I was streaming. Ah, a hammer. Good. Yes, Barley, Leo, Leon. They're all pretty acceptable. And if you have anything else, feel free to run it by me. I probably won't refuse. Fairly open to nicknames, as I did choose, or not choose, but meta choose a very difficult name to pronounce. Ah. Alright, I'll work on that at some point later. Attack, deal damage, dash up. Yes, I made my redeems fairly low. So I can get a sketch pretty quickly. Just taking some time to look over at chat real quick. Tell you whatever nicknames. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I am not very particular or picky. Go lay down, your head hurts? Oh, please take care. You've hurt so many different parts of your body recently. I hope you're doing well. This one's pretty difficult to determine. First Colossus Knuckle would be the best. Pretty routine. It shouldn't be routine. Like when the doctor asks how you're doing, or how's the pain, and you say it's no worse than normal, but the correct answer should be it doesn't hurt. There should be no normal amount of pain. I just tried to reload my fists. I did it again. Using the rail has gotten me into some odd habits.
The power of the gods. Powered up.
This is going to end up being one very strong lightning dash.
Thanatos.
The time has come. Still at it, I see. You're stubborn, and you are going to get me in a heap of trouble before all is said and done.
I think Thanatos is probably my favorite character from this game. I like his aesthetic quite a lot. This fight's all about quantity of kills rather than quality, so I should be focusing on the low health enemies. Alright. More dashes. Oh.
What, really? Come on, what is this, Zagreus? You think handing this to me makes up for everything you've put us through?
It's just something I found out there that I thought you might like, Than. Don't think anything of it.
Feel free to think lots of it, though.
From yourself, I see. How's that been working out for you thus far?
I'm searching for my mother. You still live at home with yours. You don't know what it's like.
Mother Nyx was like a mother to you too, and this is how you repay her. You should be ashamed of yourself and learn your place.
What's for sale?
I feel like that's one of the stranger options you can get out of a Well of Charon. Alright. What do I take? I think I go for Athena.
Moving on.
She has a chance to give me base damage reduction, which hopefully stacks with the sturdy buff that I gain from whoever gave this to me. I don't actually remember. I just cannot stop attacking or else I will get hit by all of these spells. I need to remember to get a cast gem inside of them. They take bonus damage. Yeah. Oh.
You reached the flames of Asphodel. Well done. You may have quite a
Moving is my greatest defense.
cross through Tartarus is no small step, cousin.
I cross through Tartarus practically every time. I suppose I'll have to take the call then. What can I get out of Zeus? It's useful. Probably Jolted. Wonder what status effects can I get? Because I do have bonus damage on enemies having multiple status effects applied to them. Oh no. So, here's a fun fact about how I stream. I have my chat up on a laptop that I have set to the side as I only have a single monitor. But I did not plug my laptop in. It has just now run out of battery. So until the end of this encounter, I am not going to be able to see any of chat. And now is your however long this combat takes window to say mean things about me and I'll never know. Alright, time to grab the charging cable. Just set off to the side, so I'm not actually leaving any, I'm just pop back, pull it out. Yeah, now I have to boot it back on, so a little bit longer than I was advertising previously. Alright, now I did say I wanted to get jolted. However, Billowing Strength has the Faded option next to it, and I'm only 2 away from Zeus's Faded bonus, so Billowing Strength it is. Laptop is still booting up, but... Oh! Reached a screen. Never mind. Alright. Well, got a bit longer to go before I can see anything again. But once again, I'm blind to anything anyone says right now. Or still blind. Where is the enemies? Let's see, we did a Benny Hills routine. Alright. I can actually pause it to enter my password. Ah, there we go. Interesting, it didn't actually fall behind, really. Alright, enjoy your lurk, nutters. I don't have a bot set up, so you'll just have to deal with me thanking you for your lurk manually. I had a bot set up, but it kept banning Aqua, so I got rid of it. Alright. I think I need to go for the shop, just in case he has a euro there. Bonus health would be nice. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that bonus health might have been in a... and this. Suppose I'll take the fated choice. So I value Aqua more than a well-moderated channel. This is going particularly well. I deal quite a lot of damage. I forgot that I don't actually have, what is it? Deflect on my dash anymore. It's just so standard and ingrained into how I typically play this game. I suppose just reducing damage whenever I'm attacking is sufficient compensation for that lack of defensive option. I wonder, can I draw these in? No, it doesn't seem like I can. Increasing the speed at which enemies lose the, is it? I don't remember what the proper name for this is, but the blood bead isn't necessarily the best, since enemies with the blood bead in them take bonus damage. Suppose it's not all bad. Just have to remember to reapply it. I don't actually know in which situation I should be using my Greater Call here. Because it's not like Ares' Greater Call where I deal bonus damage. I just don't take damage. Which is useful, but it's not quite as useful as not taking damage as well as dealing sufficient amounts of damage in return. Also, I'd very much appreciate it if you stopped summoning ads. Suppose this works as well. It doesn't stop me from attacking, now that I think about it.
Till you reconstitute again.
The Dark Healing is far less useful when you have the ability that causes pools to heal in full.
Seems that way.
Wait, what trinket? Oh, right. Broken chain, broken shackle.
Enough of this place.
Already built my entire character around the broken shackle. I can't quite get rid of it now.
Pleasant temperature.
Oh, chaos already. Oh, sorry, chaos. There's a daedalus hammer. There's no way I'm passing that up. Oh, right. I just tried to parry that. Chariots are basically the equivalent of horror game enemies. Slow but dangerous. Ooh. You're just going to die on your own. Amazing. These ballistas are wonderful. Alright. Rolling knuckle. Or concentrated knuckle. Both of them are very good. I think rolling knuckle is probably the most consistent one that I can get. I don't even have anywhere near enough obol to start going for the Titan's Blood this run. I'm going to have to stick to upgrading this lightning, which is unfathomably strong right now. I enjoy being able to pull these souls away from any weapons they're trying to rearm themselves with. Okay. Here's the situation where I just cast and run away. Because I do not want to deal with those bomb chariots. I wonder if I can find a room, or not a room, but a well, they're called. Because there was the option that removed all of them from the next 10 rooms.
Delicious.
I would very much enjoy that. Ah, of course I have billowing strength.
Zesty.
I do actually want to call very frequently, because my damage is increased every time I do. Maximum health is probably for the best right now. Or Athena can give me resistance, but I feel like pure health is probably what I should be aiming for right now. There's an oddly triumphant ha there. What brought that on? I didn't do anything particularly interesting. I used the special. Oh, there's a well. There's a chance that that well could have the much coveted go-away bomb chariots item. I think it's actually just best to use calls whenever I get them, because of the damage bonus that I get. Ah, and there's even a little visual, or actually, is that a visual signifier? I'd assume so. How long does it last? 15 seconds. Feels like it's been going on longer than 15 seconds. Quite a lot longer, in fact. Okay. To go into Artemis, specifically,
Let us clash here again before you face the champion. We never will allow you through without a fight.
specifically because I'm hoping to get crit damage on anything.
Everything he says and does. You're your own man. And Bull.
King Theseus slew me in life and saved me in death. I was cast into Erebus, a monster. He found me when he died, and used his influence to bring me here with him.
That's nice of him and all, but sounds like you're even to me, seeing as he killed you in the first place.
Oh, also, Minotaur killed and ate quite a lot of people.
No, we're not. And I will fight for him and alongside him for eternity, as recompense for helping me to understand exactly who I am.
Typically, traders and people from out of town. So, he's not exactly blameless, that's for sure. Ah, curses. Attacks hit hard. Come on. I deflected for nothing, you just shot off into nowhere. Ugh. Right, I keep thinking I have deflect on my dash, but I have lightning instead. I want to die against you as a mini-boss. Ah. How unfortunate. So very close.
Most welcome here.
I got him. Okay.
Alright, Artemis. Give me the exact gift that I want, please.
Your name, it means great hunter, Zagreus. I guess your mother Nyx must have expected someday that you'd pick up a few pointers from myself.
Oh. Unfortunate. I suppose I'll have to pick up True Shot. I'm not using it for its damage, really.
On the prowl.
Be a lot easier to use now that it seeks and moves faster. Apply... I don't remember the name of the status, but I can get the gem stuck in them a lot easier. In fact, I don't even know if it has a name for the status. And it can show me where enemies are when they're off screen. Very useful. Based on the size of those portals, I was very worried that I was going to see some bomb chariots. Huh. I did quite expect another round. Okay. In the grove. Money? No. Not worth it at this point. I need the darkness for healing, although I would like to get another gift. Gotta get away from these godforsaken chariots. Taking an awful lot of damage. Chariots are probably the things that I'm weakest against, given my record so far. Ah, I've just noticed that they attack in the same way that Asterius does when he charges. It's the same style of movement. They turn in the exact same arc. Dionysus and Zeus? I don't think that's worth it, especially since I want to keep my fists boon free. Ugh. But, shield enemies definitely weren't what I wanted in compensation. These are just annoying to fight, especially without any form of parry. Ugh. More shielded enemies. Come on. Hit the enemy. That ability is actually very useful for pulling enemies out of a crowd, since it does only grab one at a time. I used to find that rather annoying, but it is very useful now. I'd very much like to encounter a fountain in this next room. No wells either. Alright, which of these rooms is more likely to have a fountain? And these are gems. Probably evenly distributed. Alright, I'm almost certainly going to lose a Death Defiance in here. I don't think I can withstand 11 damage. Oof, make that 4. The very luckiest of numbers. That was very interesting. Pop that. Pop that. Get everyone low. Kill the ranged enemies. I don't like that that ground attack can go through a solid wall. Makes it very difficult to track. Yeah, you know what? Despite the fists being my favorite weapons, I think I'm actually pretty bad with them. At least compared to the other weapons.
Nice.
Alright, so this should be the fight before the final boss, and if they're offering a shop, then that means there should be a well in this room. Right? Oh, no well. Unfortunate. Well, I'm going into the final boss of this realm with half health and no death defiances.
See here, Asterius. The god-hated fiend is back once more to be destroyed by our joint righteous fury.
God-hated? You'll have to be more specific. I have the gods on my side. Though, I suppose you do too. Why can't they make up their minds?
They have made up their minds. They stand united against darkness, as do I. With the exception of Asterius here, who serves the light. Let's serve it now, my friend. To battle!
See, I've just thought of something, but has Asterius actually said anything in any of those introductions for this boss fight specifically? Very unfortunately, I am bad at aiming. Come on, crash into that wall, thank you very much, Asterius. Yeah, I don't see myself winning this. Just have to play very carefully. Right, not a fan of them being close together. Make it far more difficult. I would prefer to be on the opposite side of the map from Theseus. Both because of his smug attitude and difficulty dealing close combat with. I also forgot that I should be using my call frequently for the bonus damage. Right. It's also good to deflect that attack. Yeah. Alright. I would like to, at the very least, defeat Asterius. I know Theseus might be a bit of a stretch. There we go. Okay. Just getting a couple deep breaths in. Alright, Theseus. You can kill me in like 2 hits. 1 hit.
Thus I reassert my status as the champion.
Ah.
How could I lose to him?
Oh, that was unfortunate. That's also almost exactly the 3-hour mark. So, I suppose I'll be ending here for today. I am somewhat tired. I have a couple of things to finish working on today. So, I'm glad so many people stopped by today. I suppose I can try raiding as well. Got enough people for that. See, friend Noor is currently streaming. I'll probably be going to sleep sometime soon. As for now, yes, I do really need to think of a proper raid message. I don't have one. Feel free to think of something yourself. Just a generic raid message would probably do. I have some amount of affiliation with Nor. They know who I am. It seems as if they are playing Monster Camp with a couple of other people, so I hope everyone who's here has enjoyed my stream. It was good to meet some new people, especially Nutters and Mitz was here at the beginning, so I guess it is time to bid everyone adieu.